Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ghifari Thufail Arkan Hidayat, and this is my video for critical thinking and problem solving skill exam. So the question number one is: you are researchers studying the effect of climate change on polar bears. You have found two studies that seem to contradict each other. One of study found that polar bear population are declining, while the other study found they are stable. How would you evaluate the evidence from these two studies? What factor would you consider in determining which study is more credible? And this is my answer. The polar bear or Ursus maritimus depends on sea ice for feeding, breeding, and movement. Significant reduction in Arctic sea ice area are forecast to continue because of climate warming. Climate change is expected to significantly impact variable aspects of ecosystem, including population dynamic, species distribution, interaction, food web structure, biodiversity, and ecosystem process. Several studies have highlighted the potential consequence of climate change of the ecology factor. Notably, the Arctic region is experiencing more rapid climate change compared to other areas, making it particularly vulnerable to environment shift. For Arctic marine mammals, the primary concern line is transforming the sea ice environment. According to the study Climate Change Threatens Polar Bear Population, a stochastic demographic analysis, it tells the stochastic population projection generated from the research demonstrated a significant decrease in polar bear number by the conclusion of the 21st century. This projection plays a crucial role in the determination to classify the polar bear as a threatened species under the U.S. Endangered Species Act. It has shown that global warming is likely to have profoundly negative effect on the future growth rate of polar bear population. A warmer world will have less sea ice and hence less polar bear habitat. The mechanism linking sea ice to the survival and reproduction of polar bear are not known in detail. Reduced prey availability no doubt plays a role because polar bears are dependent upon sea ice for capturing prey and their preferred foraging area is the water of the continental shelf. In addition, reduced sea ice extent may force polar bears to swim longer distance, increasing their risk of drowning or starvation. The thinner ice that reforms after large summer activities also may be less suitable for polar bear foraging. An article with the title "The Myth That the Polar Bear Population is Declining" tells the good news that according to data from conservation organizations and the government, the polar bear population is around 5 times what it was in the 1950s and 3 or 4 times what it was in the 1970s. When polar bears were protected under an international treaty, in fact polar bears were listed as protected under Endangered Species Act in 2008 due to worries that their Arctic hunting area were shrinking due to the climate change. The study and article on the impact of climate change on polar bear population present contrasting findings, raising questions about the current state of the iconic creature study. First, climate change threatened polar bear population. A stochastic demographic analysis in 2010 reported there is a high probability that the bifurcated population of polar bear will disappear by the end of the century. Because all polar bears are dependent on sea ice for securing their prey, it is reasonable to expect that the effect of global warming on polar bears of the southern Beaufort Sea will ultimately extend to polar bears throughout their range. This and other related findings provided the primary motivation for listing polar bear in May of 2008 as a threatened species under the U.S. Endangered Species Act, or U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service 2008. The research utilized some parameters such as the life cycle, polar bear demography, climate change, and stochastic demography. On the other hand, an article by FEE Stories, the myth that polar bear population declining in 2019, present a more optimistic picture stating the polar bear population have remained relatively stable for the last decade. This research relies on the International Union for Conservation of Nature, which show as midpoint estimate in 26,500 polar bear population. Even if it's considered low estimate, it is still the highest recorded number of the polar bear population since they received international protection in 1973. The polar bear population helped contradict academic forecasts that two-thirds of polar bear will become extinct in the coming decades due to rising temperature and vanishing Arctic sea ice. While the study aligns with some previous research indicating population declines due to climate change effect, the article stands in contrast to the widely accepted narrative of polar bear vulnerability. When evaluating the evidence from the study and article and other information I get from the internet, several factors must be considered to ensure the polar bear population. Climate change is one of the biggest factors in the polar bear population because the natural habitat of the polar bear is sea ice, and if global warming becomes worse, it could threaten the population. In conclusion, research that say that the polar bear population is currently concerning is more credible because currently the Earth is experiencing global warming. Even in 2023, the UNO says the era of global warming is over. The era of global warming has come. Another factor why I choose research that say the polar bear population is concerning because the polar bear original habitat is in the Arctic, where the area is full of ice. When the Arctic region melts, the ecosystem there will end and threaten the polar bear population. And this is my question. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.